Well, here we are back, Tuesday night hangout. Haven't done one of these in a while, so let's see how it goes. See if anybody comes in and hangs out. Just gonna answer some questions. I did a test stream last night, deleted it, so this is making sure. I see somebody came in, and go ahead and we're gonna answer questions and just chat about stuff. Don't really have a topic for tonight. Um, Last night I talked a little bit about Adam Savage's book. Started reading that over the weekend. It was it's a little hard to get going and get into, but um, we'll see how this goes. And I'm back by myself again, I guess. So not a whole lot going on. Been working a lot, which is why I haven't been making a lot of videos and haven't had a whole lot of shop time. Having real jobs just kind of takes it away from you. So let's just see if somebody comes in. I'm just going to hang out and watch, and oh, looks like we have a viewer in here. So like I said, I'm just gonna answer questions and no real topic for this evening. Just getting going with the Tuesday night hangouts again. So if you got any questions about videos or anything like that, go ahead and ask away. See, we got a few more people in here now. Um, so not much to talk about unless one of you jumps in and asks a question or says something. So it's going pretty good tonight, Robert. So I had a long day today. It was one of those days where you just doesn't seem to end. I guess most people don't know what I do for a living now. Besides doing some fabrication work for the company that I work for, I also do all their building maintenance on uh, 8 different buildings that we manage. And so all day long it's run, run, run. Right now me and one of the other guys are in the middle of a build out for commercial space. So today was framing up walls and layout and getting everything ready. So I'm trying to get that done the next couple of days here so we can go ahead and get the electricians, plumbers, high vac, sprinklers, all those guys in starting next Monday, and they can do their part so we can get back in and do the drywall and the suspended ceiling. So we got now. Yeah, it was cool here. I was mid 50s here in Duluth today. Overcast for a lot of the day. Rain and sprinkling this morning. Last night it was rained like crazy, so I also had to go check a couple of roof leaks today, which is always fun. Fortunately, it was dry enough where I could get one of them repaired. The other one is a high vac unit that when it's raining really hard, it's a makeup air for a um, commercial vent hood, and if it's raining really hard and it blow and the wind's blowing the right direction, that makeup air will the fan will suck air in through the intake and drop it in the kitchen of the restaurant. Yeah, there's just nothing we can do about that. It's just going to drip through those vents. Doesn't pull in a whole lot. Last winter we had a problem with it pulling in snow, which was kind of funny. It was snowing in a kitchen, and of course it was at that day it was snowing, and it was about I don't know, 15 below zero, and the wind was really blowing. So, Robert, where are you from? Where was hot? I saw on the news this morning that everything southern half of the United States is hot. So, but not so much for northern Minnesota. Everybody can hear me okay? Of course, I guess there's only two people watching right now. How are the audio levels? I'm just using the mic on the Southern Illinois. We were just having a conversation the other day about Illinois, and Chicago is one of my favorite big cities to visit. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go to Fab Tech there in Chicago this year. I was really hoping to, but we decided to take the family to Florida for Christmas. So there goes that's my vacation time this year. It's going to Florida instead of going to Fab Tech. I don't know if I'd rather go to Florida or Fab Tech. Yeah, 91's a little hot. Uh, not not my kind of days. I don't like heat. I'd be happy if it was mid 60s all the time. That would be perfect for me. I don't even mind the cold winters up here so much. It's yeah, just bundle up and deal with it. Yeah, that counts. So videos coming up. I've got next Saturday a new one on the Toolcat will be coming out, and I've got another one to go with the Rusty Barn Door videos series. Um, got a piece of furniture I built for that, so that'll be coming out here soon. Something else to go with the Rusty Barn Door is just a short, quick video. It'll be out in a few weeks on how to turn common leg screws into square-headed leg screws that are rusty and look like a blacksmith made them. The whole project is kind of that build out was all about that look. So you get to see some of that. Let's see, what else do I have coming up? I don't know. There's some stuff there that I don't want to give away yet. Got a new vehicle for the company I work for. It's a new to me, a 2015 Chevy with a service body on it. So I have a place to carry all my tools instead of a standard pickup truck or extended cab or crew cab pickup truck where you fill up the back seat with all your tools and can't find anything. So we're going to be having some videos on that, some upgrades I'm doing to that truck. Unfortunately, the plow company, the company that sold us the plow for it, wouldn't let me film. I asked them, and the took about 6 hours to install the plow, and they didn't want me videotaping while they were installing the plow, which I really wanted to do, but unfortunately, that's just something that's they didn't allow to do, which I thought was cool. We put a Western Wideout 8 to 10 foot plow on it for mostly to do one of our commercial lots. Last year we used a small Whacker 32 wheel loader, articulated wheel loader with a pusher on it, and the loader wasn't big enough for the 10-foot pusher, and the pusher was a cheap pusher, just had a rubber blade, and halfway through, actually probably we got the unit at the beginning of January, 'cause that's when it really started snowing here, and so we went ahead and about a month in, I went and picked up some AR 450 to make some steel blades for it and machined the adjustment slots in them and put those on there. Unfortunately, that was one of those things where I had to get it done now because it actually started snowing as I as I was at the steel yard, so I only had a few hours to turn those around. So I didn't get a chance to go ahead and make a video of that. I was going to, and then those held up really well, and they did the job much better. The pusher scraped the lot much better. But this year we decided to go with a truck with a plow, so I got a new truck. What else is going on in my life? Yeah, that's the problem with making videos. It takes 3 times as long to do anything unless you just point the camera or two at what you're doing and just work through it. Oh, I've got a new. I decided to hire a video editor because that's the one thing really I don't like about making videos is doing the editing. So my daughter had started editing videos for one of her friends, and she asked me, "Hey, can I edit your videos? Can you pay me a little bit for it?" So she's been doing my video editing. So those snarky comments that you see in the videos come from my daughter. Uh, then we had last couple of videos. We had a microphone issue that I didn't know about. The microphone wasn't working properly, and the audio was either horrendous or non-existent. So got some of the videos that are coming out don't have any audio with them, just her pick of music, which is evidently better than my pick of music according to her. So yeah, you guys have to tell me what you think of the videos that she's edited versus my older videos that I edited. I think she does a better job too. I'm not patient enough to edit video. So let's see. Motor Trend TV. Now, yeah, I liked it when it was Velocity, and thought they did a pretty good job. Too many commercials, of course. One nice thing about most of YouTube, you don't get killed with commercials. But Motor Trend TV has really upped the game in the automotive and fabrication. A lot of the videos or a lot of the shows on there are about restoration and whatnot. But inside that, there's a lot of fabrication, which, of course, is what really pulls me to that. I'm not a huge car guy. I like cars, well, like trucks mostly. Oh, I do have a vehicle project coming up. Don't know exactly when, but well, thanks, Robert. I'm glad that you like them. So yeah, a new project, vehicle project coming up. It's going to be a long-term project, really long probably. I've got a 1962 Scout 80 um, that is my future son-in-law's gave to me. He had it parked in his yard. He didn't pay anything for it. It needs a lot of work. So I think we're gonna get that, and we're actually gonna do a frame off build on it. But we're gonna build a first thing we're gonna build is a new frame because the frame that's on it is kind of rusty, like everything in northern Minnesota. So that's coming up in the next couple of years sometime. We'll be doing a series on that. Let's see. So that's one that I was willing to talk about. I've wanted. I used to have a Scout. I had a Scout back in the early '80s as a project, and unfortunately, I let it go. I should have kept it. It was one of those things that I should have kept, but I just wasn't interested in that time. And then, of course, once it was gone, that was a 1968 Scout 800A. Uh, so, see, we got some more people in here besides Robert. Hi, other people. And go ahead and throw something into the chat if you would care to. And I guess I'm supposed to say, don't forget about the super chat. Of course, the 3 people in here, no matter what you say, I'm going to see it roll by on the screen. So, uh, got a little allergy thing going on here today. Wind was blowing. Oh, lucky you, Robert. I keep looking at CNC plasmas, and they're just not in the budget right now. I wish they were. I really want to. At FabTech was in Atlanta yet last year, so I didn't go. But 2 years ago, in Chicago, I got to spend some time playing with the uh, Lincoln Torchmate uh, CNC plasma system, and boy, that's a sweet machine. I like the fact that it comes in a crate all ready to go. I don't have to do anything other than plug it in and put water in the water tray, and software's all there. Everything's ready to go, and you can just cut away. Um, it's on, CNC plasma is definitely on the list. I started shooting fab video this last weekend for the 2015 GMC project, and I'm on call this coming weekend, so I won't be able to be in the shop. Unfortunately, I've got to be within 20 minutes of downtown Duluth while I'm on call. So, um, company policy. So it'll be the following weekend that I get out and do that, and I've got a fab video that I have to do for the fab video. How's that? I need to build a tool to go ahead and finish the what I started last weekend. So you get to see me build some shop equipment. I better make sure that I don't. My nickname was always been Thumper because I shake my foot. Laptop sitting on my lap, so I better not shake my foot, otherwise you guys are going to get seasick. So sorry about that. Yeah, there it goes. Just came up on the screen. Yeah, my wife doesn't want a plasma, even though I keep showing, she's always popping stuff off, pictures, sending me pictures off Pinterest that, hey, can you make this? And I keep saying, if I had a CNC plasma, it'd be really easy. She likes all of that cutout plasma art stuff. I said, yeah, let me get a CNC plasma cutter, and we can make that stuff. But unfortunately, then she sees the price and she says, that's something we can wait for. What CNC plasma did you get, Robert? If you don't mind me asking. Hey, we got 4 people in here now, and Robert's still the only one who's talking. This all works much better if everybody participates and asks questions and makes comments. Otherwise, it's just me talking to myself pretty much. And you guys really don't want to watch me talk to myself and go off on tangents, and things will get weird, and just don't want to go there. So let's see, what else is going on. Uh, Not a whole lot. The '01 Chevy, the red one that I painted, the first series of videos that I did, um, that one's still living. It's got needs some more rust repair now. Of course, it's been 4 years, pretty much, and northern Minnesota, old vehicles in 4 years. That's just not something that goes well together. So, and then it's got one of the hoses for the brake boost is leaking. Oh, sorry to hear that, Robert. I hope everything's okay. Have a great night. Okay, so Robert's gone, so somebody else is gonna have to start talking. Otherwise, this isn't gonna work too well. And I'm assuming since Robert can hear me, the rest of you can hear me okay. I did ask earlier, how are the audio levels? Everything pretty good? Of course, I have to have my sound off, so I can't see what the audio levels are. See, where was I? Oh yeah, the '01, yeah, the brake booster, one of the hoses for that is sprung a leak, so gotta fix that. since I have the new company truck, I haven't been driving that much, just on the weekends, so hasn't been a priority. Don't need it for work, so uh, that's one of those things where sometimes vehicles have to sit by the wayside while you work on other stuff. And as I was saying earlier, the new job that I took, it keeps me pretty darn busy. Um, we're coming into snow season. I know, four-letter word, snow. But it is coming up, and I'll have to. There'll be a lot of early mornings. Usually, when we get snow, that I'm up by. Hey, Dave. Welcome. Thanks for coming in and making a comment there. Um, I got into making videos because I felt that there was something that I could share. Um, it looked like an interesting hobby, and something that didn't take a whole lot to get into. Um, I started shooting videos with my phone and a very cheap point and shoot Canon camera. Um, then, of course, it's a kind of one of those things where once you start doing it, you want to make things better. So I upgraded my camera equipment and editing software. And I just was mentioning a little bit earlier that I hired a video editor now because editing is something that I just don't have the patience to do it well. And so I've got my daughter is editing my videos. She's not charging me much, um, so lets her edit videos and gives her some extra cash. So uh, yeah, so the learning curve isn't really big. It's mostly realizing that anything is going to take you 3 to 4 times as long to do if you're shooting video of it. It's just how it is, because you want to stop, check to make sure you got a good shot. Sometimes you have to reshoot stuff. I don't reshoot a lot of stuff. I let my mistakes show, and because a lot of the stuff that I'm working on, if you're cutting, um, you know, steel and you don't get a good shot of it, well, I'm not going to go buy a new piece of steel just to reshoot something. So, and then of course you want to make sure your camera angles and lighting and all that stuff are good. So it just takes a lot longer. That's the big thing. And any project that you used to do in an hour will now take you 3 to 4 hours just by shooting video of it. Uh, be nice if some of the other guys who shoot videos would jump in here and they can answer a lot more questions because some of them have been doing it a lot longer than I have. Um, but yeah, I enjoy making the videos and I enjoy sharing the projects. So it's got to be something that you enjoy doing. Otherwise, yeah, and believe me, no one's gonna get rich shooting project videos. There's just not enough out there. You see a lot of guys who started about the same time I did, but didn't take a year and a half, 2 year break from shooting videos. Just life got in the way. To tell you the truth, I lost my father and my sister in the same year, and part of that was just had some depression stuff going on, and just didn't feel like working in the shop and shooting videos. Just cut way back on to the shop stuff to just doing the stuff that I had to do. I know I was halfway through the belt grinder build videos, and that project will be coming back. Um, I'm going to got all the raw video. I think we're going to at some point pull those videos down and or re-edit all the video and then put new stuff up. I'm going to leave the stuff that's there up until the new videos are ready to go. But I'm not going to do that until the whole project's done, and I just haven't had time to work on it. Uh, life's been very very busy around here, so it's just what it is. So, any other questions, comments, concerns? Don't forget about the super chat and everything that all the people who do live streams tell you is that Just keep reminding people about the super chat. I don't care if you hit the super chat or not. It doesn't make a difference to me. I'm just sitting here hanging out, waiting for dinner while dinner's in the oven. So, um, yeah, and we got about 40 minutes left. Do I have a favorite tool in the shop? Yeah, I kind of guessed you meant tool. So let's see. I really like 4.5-inch grinders. Um, for the metalworking side of it, that would be I think one of my favorite tools in the shop is a 4.5-inch grinder. They're just so versatile with all the different stuff that you can attach to them. Grinding discs, flap discs of all different kinds, shaping discs for wood, cut-off wheels. They might be one of the most versatile tools on the market. After that would probably be the bandsaw, because the bandsaw is just another extremely versatile tool. Um, you can do a lot of stuff with a bandsaw that you can't do with any other saw, and it'll do most of the things other saws do. Um, of course, depending on the bandsaw, you've got capacity issues. You've only got so much throat depth, no matter what, so you have to work around that. But it's a bandsaw is so versatile and so easy to use, um, and even just like a Portaband with Swag off-road table is a very great tool to have for metalworking, or woodworking for that matter. You can use it for woodworking as well. It's got limited to throat depth. I don't have a Portaband at the moment. My last one bit the dust. Something about falling from a 12-foot ladder onto a concrete floor doesn't do them too well, and I just haven't bought another one. I've been kind of hoping that if you watch my videos, you see I use a lot of rigid cordless tools. It's the platform that I decided to invest in, and I'm really hoping that Rigid comes out with a new with a cordless Portaband. And of course, you can't be a metal fab guy unless you're in love with a welder. And I like I really like all the welding processes. MIG, TIG, stick. Stick would be my last choice. I only use stick when it's absolutely necessary. But MIG and TIG are great processes. They're fairly clean. Um, did have a project a couple weeks ago. I took the Lincoln 210 MP into work, uh, and had to run it on 110, running flux core, because I didn't bring a bottle with me, and it was an outside project. But that was kind of fun. Got to do actually quite a bit of welding. Once again, day job, really not a good place to shoot videos for me. Uh, I'm thinking about adding a GoPro to the camera lineup and doing some snow removal videos this winter. If you watch Toolcat videos, Toolcat's one of our snow removal tools. Then the trucks with the plows. Um, went to Titan Rental, which is a heavy equipment rental place, last week. They had brought into the local location a Case 221, which is bigger than way bigger than the Wacker 32. One of the problems with the Wacker 32 was the top speed was like 8 miles an hour downhill with a tailwind, and we were transporting it between several different properties, and it just took way too long to transport. So that Case 221 actually has a 3-speed. So you've got a low, regular, and then a high speed. And that one will do 18 to 20 miles an hour, which would be much better for transporting between properties. And of course, it's a bigger, stronger machine. It's 74 horsepower, and it would allow you to. It can push a bigger pusher blades. Got a little bit bigger tires. so it can, and it's got a more, of course, higher breakout strength and a more bucket, more, you can carry more in a bucket, and so you get a nice segmented pusher blade on that. So I got to go play with that. I got to drive it around for about I don't know, drove it for about 15 minutes, moving a pile of dirt, and not can't quite tell you how it's going to react to snow, but you get a feel for it. And boy, that was a nice machine to drive. I like the Whacker for its size and turning ability, and as long as you worked within its limits, it was a great machine. But just wasn't big enough for what we were doing with it, unfortunately. So but this year, as I said before, this year we decided to go to a pickup with a bigger plow on it, a Western Wideout 8 to 10 foot plow on the new truck that we got, and so that'll hopefully get some snow removal videos for you guys this winter. Yeah, I've been looking at compact tractor for the shop and the lake place, and I just don't think it'll do what I want it to do well enough. So I'm probably going to get into a skid steer, um, maybe a tracked one. I haven't really decided. We've got I can use the work truck for plowing. It's one of the benefits of this job is having that available. I just have to pay for the gas, so I can plow with the shop with the work truck. So, and I've got a old rider to mow with. And this year was really strange. I think I only mowed the lake property like 3 times. The grass just didn't grow this year. I don't know if it was not enough rain or too much heat or whatever it was, but the grass is. I haven't mowed it in at least a month, and it's probably maybe 4.5 inches tall in the drier areas down by the lake where you can't really get in with the rider. Anyways, I use a Aaron's walk behind that I've done videos on. That's the one I use for mowing along the lake shore and that area. So, and that machine's still running great. All the repairs we did to the videos we did repairing the deck really held up well, and I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about that deck again for another 20 years. So, and by that point, hopefully somebody else takes care of rebuilding the deck on it, not me. So on your Kubota B21, did you have a bucket on it? Um, because that's one of the things I would have to have would be a bucket, and I just don't think it has enough lift capacity. Yeah, from everything I've heard, the tracked ones are really the way to go if for an all-around machine, unless you got to drive longer distances, because they're a little bit slower than their wheeled cousins. But yeah, and I've used tracked one at work quite often. It seems to be one of the things that we're leasing or renting all the time is the tracked skid steer, and I'd say I've used Kubota, 2 different models of Kubota, Bobcat, of course, a Case, and what's the white one? A Terex. That's our the different ones that are available for rent, and of course, whenever you can't call the same place and rent machine 2 times in a row. It seems like it's like, you call them up and then, oh nope, sorry, we're all out that day. They're all reserved or they'll all be out. And so you got to call 4 or 5 different rental places to find a machine some days. Of course, usually when I need one, I need it the next day. That's when I find out. I don't have the joy of being able to say, hey, I'm going to need one in 2 weeks. It's usually, oh, this needs to get done now. So that's just part of the part of life, I guess. And, what's enjoyable. So we got 35 minutes gone on here. Well, 900 pounds wouldn't be too bad on a set of forks. You can move quite a bit of steel around with a 900-pound lift. Um, One other thing that gets me about the compact tractors and the bucket on it is lift height, because sometimes you want to be able to lift up a larger piece of steel and hang it, so you can, flipping a trailer over to work on it or something like that, and you just can't. They just don't have the lift height for it. One of the machines that I've been looking at is the JCB Teleskid. If you want to check that out, R&R Buildings on YouTube did a video on one of those, actually a couple of videos, and that looked like an interesting machine because it's a mono arm skid steer, track skid steer. The entry is on the side, so you don't have to, if you got a load suspended, you don't have to walk under it to get in and out, and that the boom actually extends like a telehandler. Not as far as a telehandler, of course, but gives you some extra lift height. So if you're stacking like snow or dirt or anything else, you can lift it higher. And so that looks like an interesting machine. Unfortunately, we don't have a local JCB dealer here. I have to go down to the Minneapolis St. Paul area to actually look at one and test it out. But and of course that's brand new, so you're not going to find one of those used. And I'm just not. I don't think I'm willing to drop $60,000 on a skid steer to use at the shop. At least not right now. Maybe in the next life or something. Yeah, I really like his channel. Those are the kind of videos that I enjoy watching is people building stuff, and he does such an awesome job on his buildings. If I was to have that style building built for me, I'd want him to do it because you just see the care that they put into every part of the build. They don't just, they're not just there to throw up a structure as fast as they can, make some money and get out. Um, I've seen some pretty darn poorly built pole barns in my life, and I don't think I'd want some of those builders building anything for me. It's just, slap it up. Who cares if it's, even up to 2-3 inches out of square. We're just going to get it up and get going on and then get on to the next job. Let's see. Other people that I've been watching lately. Hate to say it, but SV Seeker needs to get over the painting videos. Uh, you can only watch so much sandblasting and so much painting. Doug needs to squeeze something else in there along with the painting and the sandblasting. But it's nice to see the boat coming along and getting to the point where it needs paint. That's always an exciting part of any build is when you get to some of the finishing steps. I'm trying to think of who else is I've been watching lately. Anybody new? Mark Pressling, I believe it is. Is an Australian. Does some building, some metal projects, and some. So I've been watching some of his stuff. Acorn to Arabella, another boat building show, and they're building a wooden boat. That's kind of an interesting channel. Young guys, great to see younger guys getting out and doing that kind of stuff. People who were not in the second half of their life, I should say. Um, uh, what's the one out in Washington State, or is it Oregon? I can't remember. Um, I have to look, and I'm not going to do that right now. Nice getting old. You can just completely just blame your memory loss on that. Uh, and yes, I'm getting old. So, see what else is can I talk about to not bore you to death? You're probably bored to death already. Doesn't really make a difference. Um, yeah, not so much. I think I've gone over pretty much everything. Yes, Tally Ho. Yep, yep. That's they just had their last the last frame raising workshop out there. I really wish I had time to go volunteer and help with some of these projects that these guys are doing. Um, I was planning on going in, going down and excuse me, allergies. I was going to go down to Oklahoma and spend some time working on SV Seeker, but just that's that's right when my sister passed away, so I couldn't go then, and it was and after that, as I mentioned before earlier, that I was suffering some depression after that, and just really didn't want to do anything um, other than just make enough money to survive. So, well, a little tough spot in life, but we all have those, and we all get over them. And uh, I guess a big one for me, I had mentioned that I lost my father and sister in the same year. Um, my sister to ALS, my father to heart issue, but my dad also had kidney failure and was on dialysis. And we had looked at doing me giving him a kidney, and my daughter has diabetes, and as a family, we discussed it, and I had to make that decision that because I'm also a kidney match for my daughter. So if because of the diabetes, if she needed a kidney, of course she was much younger, so we made the decision that I would not donate a kidney to my father, and and in the end, that's a good reason why he passed away when he did was kidney failure, and I didn't, I know now that I made the right decision, but right after he passed away for like probably until after my sister passed away 6 months later, I just I wasn't quite myself, and I finally got some help and was talking about it, and actually posted my that story to a message board, and because all the family said I made the right decision, my dad said I made the right decision, everybody was okay with it, and my well, not he wasn't a psychiatrist, just counselor that I was talking to, he said that I made the right decision. But when I posted it on that message board, I had a bunch of people that don't even know me at all say that I made the right decision, and that's what flipped the trigger for me to get me out of that depression. Was somebody else saying that yes, you did the right thing. My dad had had a great life, and of course I miss him every day. But in fact, about 2 weeks ago, I picked up the phone and I was going to call him. Um, it's been a while since I've done that, but it was about 2 weeks ago. I was gonna call him and ask him something, and then realize, of course, that I can't because as good as cell phone coverage has gotten, you can't talk to the dead yet. When it gets that good, I think I'll be really impressed. So anyhow, so I got over that depression, and was just so busy with life. Taking care of my mother. She's got her own health issues, and taking care of her, and everything else, and work, and deciding that I needed to have a job with health insurance. That it just kept me so darn busy. But I'm glad to be making videos again, and I hope you guys are enjoying the videos as they come out. and they're not going to be as frequent as guarantee I'm not going to have. There's going to be spots where I probably go 2 or 3 weeks without publishing a video, but I'm really going to try to make sure that I have at least once a month new video comes out, and hopefully more often. Now that I'm back in the groove again and got everything working, so hopefully I'll have some more shop time over the winter here and be able to get more video shot. As I mentioned earlier, I've got some stuff planned. I've got a 2015 GMC with a service body on it for work that I have to do a few upgrades on. So, going to be shooting video. I started shooting video for some of those, and then got some other projects along with that. I've got to build a tool to do the first project that I'm going to be doing on that truck. So that'll probably be coming out in about a month, maybe. We'll get that video out, followed by the truck video, some fabrication stuff. So both building the tool and the work the tool is going to be doing. All right, guys, my time's just about up here. Timer for dinner is going to be going off very soon. Nice talking to you with you too. And you want to make some videos, just go ahead and do it. It's a learning process, but it's great great thing to do. So, like I say, timer's about to go off. I'm gonna head out of here and be back next Tuesday for another shop talk. Just hanging out and talking about shop stuff and life. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you get all the notifications when the live streams are. It'll be Tuesday nights, but don't know exactly what time Tuesday nights. It's going to jump around here and there depending on work and life. So, all right, guys, have a great one. Get out to your shops, build something cool. Talk to you later.